Hola mi gente and welcome back to the channel. This is Sean. On today's video, we're going to dive into a stock that I'm bullish on. This is a stock that I'm long-term investing in. If you've been part of this community, part of this journey, I've talked about this stock in prior videos, and I also talk about it a lot in the private Discord. In that private Discord, we talk stocks and cryptos every single day, and I let you guys know exactly what I'm buying. If you want to join it, all you have to do is join the Patreon. A link is provided down below in the video description. But I don't want to waste too much of your time. I want to dive into Ford stock, ticker symbol F, because they just released earnings and there's a lot to talk about. So sit back and relax and let's dive into a stock analysis on Ford following their most recent earnings report, which is Q2 of 2021. Welcome back, mi gente. So let's start off with what I think everyone first talks about following an earnings report. And this is what I like to call the earnings metrics. The earnings metrics is the top line and the bottom line for the company. So it's revenue and earnings per share. And Wall Street tries their best to guess where these values are going to come in. So they're compared against the estimates of Wall Street. For top line, Ford missed what the estimates were for revenue. The top line revenue for Ford on the automotive side came in at $24.13 billion. Wall Street was estimating revenue at $24.25 billion. So this was a slight miss. However, on the bottom line, Ford posted a profitable quarter. They had an EPS and earnings per share of positive 13 cents. Wall Street was estimating that Ford was going to have an unprofitable quarter and post an earnings per share of negative 3 cents. So in my personal opinion, the earnings per share beat was a huge beat, and the fact that Ford was able to produce a profitable quarter amongst chip supply shortages, that was a great sight to see, and I definitely like the fact that they posted a positive quarter and beat expectations. Now, the reason why Ford was able to do this, in my personal opinion, is because they are prioritizing high value vehicles. Ford cannot produce all the vehicles that they want. There is a huge demand for their products, but they can't deliver on all of that demand because of chips. So they are definitely constrained on how many vehicles they can sell. Now, another thing that's very important when it comes to earnings is guidance. And that's because the stock market is always looking forward. Now, the guidance for Ford from this quarter was very strong. And that's why I think we're seeing a jump in the share price for Ford stock. Following earnings, sometimes what happened in the prior quarter does not matter so much. Guidance really drives the stock price moving forward because, like I said, the stock market is always trying to price stocks for what they're going to do in the future, not for what they did in the past. Now, back in April, Ford stated that the chip shortage would cost the company around $1.1 billion in the full year of operating profit. Ford now expects to earn $9 to $10 billion in full year operating profits. That's much better than the $2.8 billion that they earned in 2020, and the new guidance is also much better than the $6.5 billion operating profits that they guided back in April. That's a $3 to $3.5 billion increase in guidance for operating profits for the full fiscal year. In addition, Ford sees full year free cash flow at about $4.5 billion. In April, they projected this number to be $1 billion in full year free cash flow. So that's a $3 billion increase in guidance for free cash flow for Ford. So as we can see, the guidance for this stock moving forward is very strong. They're increasing operating profits guidance by a large amount, and they're also increasing free cash flow guidance by a large amount as well. And that is the reason why I think the stock moved up post earnings. I think guidance is weighing more on investors' minds right now than prior quarter history. Now, something that was stated in the earnings press release that I think shows that there is a huge pent-up demand for Ford vehicles is that the U.S. customer sold order bank exiting Q2 more than 7x a year ago. With new models to come, sales spring-loaded for growth when semiconductor supplies normalize. Another seed for growth that I think can help propel this stock and this company even higher is the F-150 Lightning, the Ford F-150 electric pickup truck. Now this EV truck, which is going to be one of the first EV trucks to market in the United States, has generated 120,000 reservations since its unveiling in May. And a very interesting fact is that about 3/4 of those reservations are from customers that are new to Ford, meaning that they are bringing in new clientele. And if only 2/3 of those reservations are from people who never owned a Ford, those who do own Fords and those that are loyal customers to Ford will also add to the sales of this F-150 pickup truck. In my personal opinion, what separates Ford from a lot of other EV plays is the fact that they position themselves very well in the electric pickup market, which doesn't have much competition. There's no EV pickup truck on the roads today, and they're going to be maybe the first to market. They're going to be battling with the Cybertruck to see who starts production first and who starts delivering this vehicle first. Another seed for growth for Ford is their electric Mach E. Now this vehicle currently is ranked number 2 in sales for all electric sport utility vehicles in the United States. And on top of that, it was recently named the Electric Vehicle of the Year by the Car and Driver magazine. Now the electric Mach E is competing against Tesla, especially the Model Y, because they're similar body styles. But the advantage the Mach E has over Tesla right now is federal tax credits and state tax credits. If you buy a new Mach E, you're eligible for $7,500 in federal tax credits and whatever your state offers you as well, which is usually around $2,000. So with all the credits that you can get, you can save around $9,000 on your electric Mach E. But because Tesla has been around for some time and they sold a lot of these EV credits, they are no longer eligible for the credits. So you do not get $9,000 off the listing price of a new Tesla like you would for a new Mach E. And I think that $9,000 is going to drive a lot of people into purchasing an electric Mach E as opposed to a Tesla, unless things change and the federal government starts giving Tesla credits again. Now, in the month of June, Ford sold 2,500 electric Mach E's. When you compare that to Nio, who sold 8,000 vehicles in the month of June, but they have 3 models, the ES8, the ES6, and the EC6, that's approximately 2,666 vehicles a month for Nio per model. Ford is coming in at around 2,500 for their Mach E, and they are just getting started. So yes, I do think that Ford could be a great player in the EV sector. Another seed for growth is the Ford electric transit van. Now, very similar to the F-150, there is a large market for cargo vans. These are vans that people use for work. And because the future is going to be electric, the future for electric vans, electric cargo vans, is also going to be very large. And right now, there's no competitors. So if Ford is able to get a van out to market early, then they can tap into that market and that can help them grow as well. So all in all, following this earnings report, there is a lot to like. And what happens with this stock moving forward is not as important. I know that the stock moved up post earnings, and that's a good sign. But really, I don't care if the stock was to drop. Following this earnings report, I just have more conviction in Ford, and I'm going to continue to add to my long-term position. I'm going to continue to hold this stock. Now, a quick disclaimer, the way that I'm playing Ford is through leaps. I have call options that expire in January 2023 at the $12 strike price. Right now, we're trading at over $14, so they're in the money. And some of them I had to buy at around $3. So if Ford is trading over $15, worst case, by 2023, I'm going to be making money. So really, the stock only needs to move up around 80 cents in a couple years for me to be profitable in this position. But I think Ford can move much higher. I think Ford could be valued anywhere around $25, $30 by 2023. Now in September, we're going to get LEAP call options for the year of 2024. When those are available, I will be adding to those. I will be buying those LEAP options as well. But with all that being said, mi gente, that wraps it up for this video. I thank you so much for your time. If you like this video and the content that I am providing, please consider joining the Patreon. It's the best way to help support this channel, and it gives you access to that Discord server of over 500 investors where we talk stocks and cryptos every single day, and I let you know what stocks, what cryptos I'm investing in daily. You can also consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button. And if you like Webull, I have a link, a promotional link to Webull down below. It's a great brokerage, but I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And this is We Are Investing. And together, we are invincible. See ya.